Super nice. Let's start. Find a comfortable seat. Use blanket, use pillow. Everyone know me. So help yourself find support under your knees if you need, or lifting your seat up a tiny bit that you find your spine long. Spine long is more important than your hips and your legs. So when you're sitting curved like this, please find support that your seat can rooting down towards the center of this planet. Your sacrum is lifting up. Your pubic bone releases your organs in your lower belly. And this natural curve of your spine helping you to find ease in sitting as if there is somebody pulling you up from your top of your head. Take a big inhaling and rising in your spine while you're rooting down at the same time. With your exhaling, without losing your length, exhaling and softening your face, your tongue in your mouth, your jaw muscles. Resting your hands in front of your belly or on top of your knees. Whatever feels more comfortable for your shoulders. And feel and sense what is popping up immediately when you kind of bring your awareness in, arranging your body, arranging your internal space, your mind set up. What is the sensation popping up immediately? Maybe a tiny bit more of a freshness, maybe a bit more of a releasing sensation, maybe a bit more of an opening, maybe you feel a tiny bit more connected with yourself. Instead of being constantly busy, I need this, I need that. Bring your awareness, bring it in. Find this peace, this rest, all what matters in life. Sensing this connection. What we are missing most, connecting to other people, having our social life active, going out. Even more important, finding our own connection to self. Deeply nourish yourself. Connecting to nature when you have the opportunity, being close to nature, to the sounds of the birds, to the raindrops, the softness of snow falling, wherever you are in this world right now, the warmth of the sunlight. Slowing down is what we practice, and internally, with all what is popping up, we're kind of getting more tight, more speeding up, more confused, more irritated. Very human. Letting yourself be as human as you are with all this display. Specifically in this spiritual life, and we practice yoga, meditation, There is this idea how we should be and how we shouldn't feel. What is a good feeling, a valid sensation, valid thought, and pushing it all away. What is naturally, as humans, popping up. No space for fear, no space for frustration, no space for irritation. Letting it all here. Be as full, as complete as you are. There is a beauty in all. If we only gaze to the sunlight, we are missing off the beauty of the moonlight. If you only gaze to the light, you're missing off these dark spaces. For being as human as we are, we need a strong heart. We need a fearful being. So let's take the fearfulness in your hands, in your mudra. So with your hands, you're crossing your right wrist in front of your left wrist. So both palms of your hand are facing, hooking your pinky finger, hooking your ring finger, hooking your pinky finger, your middle finger, and your index finger. So your ring finger and your thumb is free. And you're creating a nice little circle with your ring and your thumb. Both palms, both hands facing, pinky, middle, index, ring finger and thumb meeting, and bring this wonderful mudra in front of your heart, closing your eyes. Feeling your belly breathing and feeling the strength in your heart. All inclusive. Heart doesn't push anything away. Heart is happy with simply relating, simply sensing, pumping constantly. And let's take a couple of fire breaths, so getting your core nice and strong with a deep inhaling, filling your belly, holding your breath in for a moment. Exhaling, empty your body. Inhaling, filling your belly halfway, and start with your Kalapati fire breath. Inhaling long and deep, holding your breath in. Exhaling soft. Take 2 breaths in your neutral position. We want to take 2 more rounds in Kalapati with a fierceful, strong heart. Inhaling, belly filling up halfway, and start with your fire breath. Inhaling long and deep, holding your breath for a moment. When you're exhaling, you're sucking your belly in towards your spine, activating Mula Bandha and bring your chin towards your sternum. Inhaling, release your bandhas, coming back into your neutral, taking a full breath. Your last round, Kalapati, fire breath, skull shining breath. Inhaling halfway, and with your exhaling, you start. With your next inhaling, you're releasing your hands, sweep your arms over your head. Inhaling, stay full. With your exhaling, palms of your hands together in front of your chest, chin towards your sternum, Mula Bandha active. Inhaling, releasing your hands for a moment. Stay in silence. Can you feel any shift, any change in your awareness, in your sensations, in your mindset? Maybe there is more light as you're cleansing and clearing up these energy lines in your body, activating your Kundalini energy behind your belly button. This natural life force, strong heart, strong core, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, release your right hand, bending your elbow, reach with your left arm, turn your pinky finger towards the floor, spreading your fingers wide, softening in your shoulder. Release your left hand on your right knee, turn your torso facing your knee, lifting your right arm towards the ceiling while you're pressing your left hand into your right knee towards the floor. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Anna. Regine, can you hear me? I hope so. Everyone is following, so I hope you can hear. Lengthening one more time, inhaling, exhaling. Right hand on your left knee, rounding your spine, feeling this crossing from your arms, pushing your belly button towards your spine, releasing your neck, feeling this space between your shoulder blades. Inhaling, releasing your hands, rolling back your shoulders, arching your spine forward. So you arch and gaze towards the ceiling. Inhaling back into your neutral, arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head. Max, you can leave your legs just long. Exhaling, legs, left hand, reach with your arm. You're just simply sitting here. It's okay as well. You can do it all. Breathe, side bending of your spine. Breathe, softening in your elbow. Exhaling, bring your right hand on your left knee and you just bring it on the outside of your thigh. Lifting your arm. Breathe. Releasing, this is it. Releasing your shoulders. This length in your spine. Breathe. You want to bring your arm up towards the ceiling, finding this twisting in your chest. Breathe. Exhaling your left hand on your right knee, rounding your spine. So you're pushing your belly in. You're rounding your spine, spreading between your shoulder blades, creating space. Inhaling, releasing your arms, rolling back your shoulders. While you're rolling back your shoulders, you're arching your spine forward. Gaze with your chest towards the ceiling. Inhaling back into your neutral, arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head, palms of your hands meeting. Bring your hands in front of your chest. Closing your eyes for a moment. And setting an intention for this practice all around. Where do you lose your energy? What is what you're pushing away? What is possible for you to include? Becoming more complete, accepting circumstances, accepting parts in yourself, maybe accepting other people. Setting an intention for this practice for today. And we want to take one inhale and finishing with an Om. Inhaling. Reaching forward from your arms, rolling over your knees. Find your tabletop. I know we've been sitting for a while. Legs are a tiny bit tight. Stretching out your leg, curling your toe under, giving yourself a bit of a warming up of your thighs. And the other side. Release your knees under your shoulders, taking a couple of cat-cow breathing, opening your chest while you're rounding back your shoulders, exhaling, rounding your spine from your belly button. You're rounding up, inhaling your sits bones, reaching towards the ceiling, opening your chest, exhaling. Can you feel this movement in your hips? Exhaling, rounding, and you want to spreading your fingers wide and your shoulders far away from your ears. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, rounding, inhaling, opening, exhaling, rounding. One more time. Inhaling, opening your chest, curl your toes under, lift your seat, find your downward facing dog, pedaling your feet, stretching out your muscles, fingers spreading wide. Can you find any tiny little corners in your body? You want to stretching out. You want to find more space. Bend your knees, flow in your child pose. Your fingers reaching around, forehead meeting the floor, softening in your shoulders, softening in your fingers, arching this, rounding this spine. So every little vertebra between the vertebrae, this space. Tuck your tailbone in, roll up your spine. Vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down, and come on to your knees. Your hands on your hips. Bring your left leg towards the side and parallel towards your mat. And you want to bring your foot on the same height. Then your knee is releasing both of your arms, sweep both of your arms over your head. So you're lengthening. Release your left hand, left arm, and walking with your fingers along your leg. You want to stay really square. You do not want to turning yet. So you're releasing from your fingers, side bending of your spine. Some people have a bit more open side bend. Some people have a bit more tight, and making sure you do not collapse, letting your shoulder coming forward. Inhaling, come with your right arm back into your neutral, your left hand on your left hip, turning your torso, facing your left leg. Release your right arm towards your left ankle, turning into your back. Find this twisting. Please first stay with your arm, with your hand on your hip, to really find the length in your spine. Only when there is a bit more space in your shoulder, you can lifting your arm towards the ceiling. Grace. It's about the twisting and less about your arm. Okay? Now there is space. Inhaling, exhaling, bring both hands back onto your hips, and you're releasing your right hand under your shoulders, lifting your left leg, reach with your left arm over your head. Give yourself a nice stretch. You can stay here, or you're bending your left knee, grabbing with your hand, your ankle, pushing your shin bone away. Opening your chest. Breathe. Pushing the shin bone. Breathe. Inhaling. Release. Lengthening one more time. Exhaling. Left hand on your left hip. Closing your left knee. Coming back on your knees. Inhaling your arms over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, hands meeting your sacrum. Come into your child pose. Breath. Press palms of your hands facing up towards the ceiling, shoulders releasing, creating a tiny bit weight from your hands on your sacrum, that you can release this tension in your lower back. Releasing your arms, tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down. Come onto your knees. Hands on your hips for a moment to open your left parallel, making sure your foot is not too far behind or too much in front. Knee center of your foot, outer edge pressing into the floor, inner arch, lifting up slightly. Arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. First, you really want to find the length, releasing your shoulder. Exhaling your right hand with your fingers scrolling along your legs. Inhaling, lengthening back in your center, right hand on your right hip. Turn your torso facing your right leg. And here you really want to press your foot into the floor. With your left arm, reach towards your right ankle. Help yourself first twisting. Please do not hang in there halfway and pull on your shoulder. You really want to pressing your right foot into the floor, lengthening your spine, and there you gaze behind. Breathe. Your arm is the last one you want to open. Breathe. Breath. Deep breath. Inhaling, finding length. Exhaling, bring your hand back onto your hip. Come back in your neutral, releasing your left hand, fingers spreading wide, lifting your right leg and reach with your arm, stretching out your whole side. Breathe. Stay or bend your knee, grabbing with your hand your ankle, and push your shin bone away to open the back. Breathe. Inhaling, reaching, lengthening. Exhale, hand on your hip, closing your right knee, coming back on your knees, arms over your head as you're inhaling. Exhaling, reaching forward, and you want to bring your hands on your sacrum, forehead, meeting the floor, closing your eyes. With this tiny bit of weight of your hands, release your lower back, creating more weight in your shoulders, softening in your throat. Releasing your arms, tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra. Come on to your knees, reach with your arms around, find your sacrum, curling your toes under, lifting your heart, find a big of a back bending, opening your chest, your elbows want to squeeze together. Breathe. Inhaling, releasing, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Stay with your toes curled under, pushing your arms forward. Breathe, lengthening your spine, planting your hands, gaze between your arms and lifting your seat downward, facing dog, paddling your feet. Breath. Step your feet together, lift your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, exhaling, bend your knee towards your chest, reach with your right leg under your left thigh, taking a big, big, big step towards the side, rooting down from your right, flipping yourself open, breathe. The further you step your foot away, the easier it is for you to flip open, lengthening this leg. Yes, look at this. Rounding back your shoulders. There, it's more about daring. Breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling. Plant your left hand back onto the floor, lowering down on the side of your leg, scissoring your legs apart, and turning your torso facing front. Your belly button want to come towards the floor. So you're bringing yourself a really nice openness from your IT band. Breathe, releasing your lower organs. And maybe you have a bit more space. You can come down onto your elbows. Your legs stay scissored. Maybe there is even a bit more space. You can opening your arms, bring your belly button, your chest towards the floor, gaze to the opposite side, where your leg is, so towards your right side, releasing tension in your lower belly. Please stay on your elbows when you need it, doesn't matter. Breathe. Press belly button, turning towards the floor, releasing this tension you're holding a lot in lower belly, organs. Breath. As you're next inhaling, bring your hands back under your shoulders, lift your torso, curl your back toes under, lifting your hips and step your right, meeting your left. With a big, big, big exhaling, you come back into your downward facing dog. Inhaling with your nose. One more sweet, nice little sigh. Step your feet together, lift your left leg towards the ceiling. Inhaling, exhale, bend your knee towards your chest, reach with your left leg towards your right side. You really want to take a nice big, big step, rooting down from your left hand while you're flipping open. Breathe. 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 You want to rolling back your shoulder. Breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bring your hand back and lowering down onto your side. This is, you really want to find the whole leg meeting the floor, flexing your foot, pushing with your right. So you're opening your legs, turning your belly forward, lengthening your spine. Okay, Udin. Stay. Maybe a tiny bit more space. And when you come onto your elbow, you do not want to bring your elbows close. You want to walking first your arms, lengthening your spine, and then you're releasing your elbows. You want to have a nice long spine, belly turning towards the floor, chest turning towards the floor. Maybe you stay or you open your arms that you can bring your chest towards the floor. Gaze towards your left side. Melting in. Nourish your belly. Nourish your body from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, your fingertips. Do you remember your intention? Is there anything you're pushing away? And allow yourself to include. And gently and softly, you're coming back, planting your hands under your shoulders, rolling them back and down. Back toes curling, lifting your hips, stepping back in your high plank with a big, big, big exhaling, lifting your seat down dog. Inhaling gently, exhaling with a sigh. Inhaling in your high plank, exhaling, release your knees, chin, chest meeting the floor, sneaking forward in your mini cobra, hands under your shoulders, elbows glued to your body, belly button, pubic bone, pressing into the floor, gazing forward from your chest. Can you find length in your lower back? Lifting your hands while you squeeze your elbows into your chest. Breathe, long neck, release tension in your neck, lifting your thighs, pushing with your toes. Breathe. Long neck, long lower back, strong belly. Exhaling, release, turning your head to one side while your elbows pointing towards the ceiling, spreading your fingers wide. Softening in your chest. Feeling your belly button, your pubic bone, your thighs. Inhaling, pressing belly button, pubic bone, lifting your chest. Breathe, you want to lengthening your lower back. Your hands pressing very gentle into the floor to find your pose. And then you're lifting your hands while you're lifting your thighs. Breathe. Elbows a tiny bit closer, Odile. Breathe. Breath, lifting your thighs a tiny bit higher, exhaling, releasing hands, curling your toes, pushing your seat, lengthening your spine, forehead meeting the floor, pushing your seat. Inhaling, sliding your hands under your shoulders, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog, paddling your feet. Breath. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, walking your feet forward between your hands, letting your arms grow long, becoming seaweed. Your arms sliding from one side to the other side while your feet rooting down, very strong. Breath. Back into your neutral, tucking your tailbone in, roll up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rounding back and down. Yes, bring your hands around, bending gently your knees, opening your chest, your elbows pointing towards your heels. Nice opening from your spine. Breathe, bending your knees. Odile, bend your knees a tiny bit more. This. Inhaling, exhaling, coming back into your standing, releasing your arms, right thumb on top of your left, bending your knees, sticking in front of your toes, lifting your arms while your belly meets your thighs. Breath. Bending, stay bent in your knees while you're lifting yourself up, find the back bending. Hinging forward from your hips, releasing your arms, interlacing your fingers in your back, arms over your head. Breathe, long neck, long spine, soft knees. Inhaling, bending your knees, opening your chest, coming into this funky pose while you're broadening your chest. Breathe. Releasing your arms, stack your right foot back, long runner's lunge, right hand onto the floor, left hand on your knee, gaze towards the side. Stay, or you're lifting your left arm towards the ceiling. Exhaling, plant your left hand back onto the floor, step back downward, facing dog, stay. Inhaling, high plank, pushing your heels. Exhaling, release your knees. Put your hands towards your heart. Chin, chest, meeting the floor. Inhaling, in your cobra. 10 toes pressing into the floor, lifting your heart. Pulling your hands towards your chest. Curl your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog. Step your feet together, right leg towards the ceiling.
Exhaling, opening your hip, your leg stays nice and long. Pushing with your foot towards your left side. Pressing both hands into the floor. Inhaling, squaring your hips. Stepping your right foot between your hands. Left hand onto the floor, right hand on your right knee, gaze. Lifting your arm if there is a bit more space. Exhaling, planting your hand back onto the floor, gazing forward, stepping both feet together, lifting your heart with your inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward, right thumb on top of your left, bending your knees, reaching forward from your hand, come into a table. Stay bending your knees while you're lifting yourself up. Find the back bending, exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Remember your intention. Left thumb on, right thumb on top. Which one did we do? Please, right on top, left thumb on top of your right, spreading your fingers, bending your knees. You're in front of your toes, you're digging, and then you're lowering down your seat, lengthening your arms forward. Lowering down your seat, lengthening your arms forward. Breathe, beautiful. Breathe, inhaling, stay bending your knees, find the back bending. Inhaling, exhaling, you're hinging forward from your hips, releasing your arms, interlacing your fingers, arms over your head, long neck. Can you liberate in your neck? Bending your knees, pushing with your hands, belly meets your thighs, stay with your hands interlaced, Charlotte, breathe. Gazing forward from your chest, Regina, gazing forward, lowering down your seat. Beautiful, look at this. Breathe, exhaling, releasing your hands, stepping your left foot back. Long runner's lunge, left hand under your shoulder, right hand on your knee, gazing, lifting your arm. Breathe, and this time you want to opening a tiny bit more. You're reaching with your arm, fingers towards your back heel. Breath. Breath. Some people might find a bind with your thigh and opening your chest. Breathe. Exhaling, releasing your hand under your shoulders, stepping back in your high plank. Exhaling, releasing your knees, chin, chest, meeting the floor. Inhaling, sneaking forward, big toes touching, 10 toes pressing flat into the floor, lifting in your cobra. Breathe, 10 toes flat into the floor. Breathe, elbows glued to your body, spreading your fingers. Regina, soft in your elbows. Breath. Exhaling, curling your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog. Breath. Step your feet together, lift your left leg. Inhaling, pushing your foot towards your right side, a long leg. Breathe, you wanna open up this whole front. Breathe, long leg. You don't wanna bend your knees, girls. No knees bent, long leg. It's another energy. Breathe. Inhaling, squaring your hips, stepping your left foot back between your hands. First long runner's lunge, right hand under your shoulder, left hand on your left knee. Gazing, opening your arm, breathe. Do you practice automatic? Or can you still feel what you do? Reaching with your fingers towards your back heel. Breathe, bend your front knee a tiny bit more, Udil. Breathe, reaching around from your hand, finding a bind. Breath. Long neck, Regine, long neck, breathe. Inhaling, exhaling, planting your hand back onto the floor, gazing forward, stepping both feet in front. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward, left thumb on top of your right, bending your knees, reaching forward from your arms. Inhaling, coming halfway. Exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Breath. Can you feel your energy moving? Maybe there is a heat coming up. Maybe there is a sweating coming up. Maybe there is the heart beating. Is there anything you're pushing away? You think it's not worth it. It's not valid. It shouldn't be here. And can you include this? Breath, release your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling, folding forward in your exhale. Release your right foot into your back, release your right knee, your right toes, crescent moon lunge. Exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest, turning towards your left side. Breathe, stay. When this is good enough, you lower down your right elbow on the outside of your left knee, pressing both hands into each other. Stay, curl your back toes under, lifting your knee. Breathe, come into your full pose. When it is part of your practice, you release your right arm on the outside of your left foot. Reach with your left arm over your head. Breathe. Breathe, stay, wonderful. Breathe. 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 Inhaling. Exhale, releasing both hands onto the floor, framing your front foot, stepping back in your downward facing dog with a big shaking your neck and making some funky noises from your belly. Breathe. Inhaling, come into your high plank. Exhaling, knees, chin, chest, or Chaturanga. Dandasana, upward facing dog. Find your variation. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Breath. Inhaling, stepping your feet together and come into your high plank. Left hand in front of your face. Everyone knows. Turning your toes. Side plank. Breathe. You can stay, or you're lifting your arm. You bend your knee. Try to grab with your hand your toes. And then from here, you can lifting yourself up. I'm a bad model. Breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling. Releasing your hand back onto the floor. Lifting your seat with a big shaking your head. Breathe. Inhaling, come into your high plank, right hand in front of your face, turning your toes, lifting your arm. If this is too much, you always can support. If this is too much, you can releasing your knee. Lifting your back leg, your upper leg. Breathe, try to bend your knee, grabbing with your hand your toes. Lifting your hips a tiny bit higher, Marcella. Breathe, one more inhaling. Exhaling, hand back onto the floor, lifting your seat back. Inhaling, high plank. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana, knees, chin, chest. Inhaling, knee. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathe. Step your feet together. Lift your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhaling. Step your right foot between your hands. Long runner's lunge. Release your knee. Release your toes. Breathe. Gazing forward. Exhaling. Pushing with your hips. Planting your front foot onto the floor. Releasing your neck. Breath. Inhaling, bending your knees, gazing forward, curling your back toes, stepping both feet in front. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward in your exhaling. One breath, standing, inhaling. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Release your arms, inhaling, sweep. Exhaling, folding forward. Swan dive forward, stepping your left foot back, release your left knee, your left toes, lifting your prayer, inhaling, exhaling, prayer in front of your chest, turning towards your right side. Please stay here, lowering down your elbow, hands in front of your chest. That's a really nice twisting already. Stay, back toes curling under, twisting a tiny bit more, releasing your arm on the outside of your foot and reach with your arm over your head. Breathe. Taking two more big breaths. Very good, beautiful. Breathe. One more breath. Inhaling, release, framing your front foot, step, gazing forward, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Inhaling in your high plank, knees, chin, chest, Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhaling, mini cobra, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breathe. Stay in your down dog, balancing your energies. Breath. Can you softening in your pose? Are you pushing anything away? Include all. Heart includes. Heart relates. Heart is curious. Heart is free. Belly is strong. Step your feet together. We want to lifting left leg towards the ceiling. Exhaling, step your left foot between your hands. Release your right knee, your right toes, lengthening your front leg. Inhaling, bending your front knee, gazing forward, curl your back toes and step both feet together in front. Inhaling, coming halfway, fold forward, exhaling, one breath, standing, inhaling, exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest, close your eyes. Breath. Step your feet together, Utkatasana, bending your knees, slide your arms, lowering down your seat, lifting, rolling back your shoulder. Breathe, opening your hips. Breathe, bring the weight on your left side, lifting your right knee, balancing on your left side. Breathe. And from here, you're lengthening your standing foot and you're reaching with your leg, flow in your third warrior. Breath. Lowering down your hands under your shoulders, lifting your right leg, standing split, breathe, walking your hands towards your left ankle. Maybe you can, holding your ankle, find your balance. Breath. Bending your front knee, gazing forward, stepping back in your long runner's lunge, gazing forward, exhaling, step back, downward, facing dog, breathe. Taking one more vinyasa of your choice. Inhaling, exhaling, knees, chin, chest, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale. Exhaling in your downward facing dog, breath. Stay in your down dog. Breath. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Inhaling halfway, fold forward, exhaling, arms on your side, lowering down your seat, Utkatasana, seat strong, breathe. Bring your weight on your right side and you want to lifting your left knee. Find your balance. Breath. And then from here, you're reaching forward from your heart, pushing your back leg, lengthening your front leg, flow in your third warrior. Breath. Exhaling, releasing your hands towards the floor, lifting your left leg, standing split, breathe, hands grabbing your ankle, find your balance, breathe while you're lifting your leg, even a tiny bit higher, breathe. Inhaling, bending your front knee, gazing forward, stepping back, long runner's lunge, step back in your downward, facing dog, stay in your down dog, taking one more vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, exhaling, knees, chin, chest, or chaturanga dandasana. Exhaling in your downward, facing dog, stay in your down dog, breathe. Nourishing your body, nourishing your body. Breathe. Bending your knees, flow into your child pose from here. Releasing your knees, hands behind, forehead meeting the floor. Tuck your tailbone in, roll up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down, lifting your seat, curl your toes, opening your knees, hip width apart, rolling back your shoulders, opening your chest in your camel so you can stay with your hands, supporting your spine, or you're releasing your hands on your heels, opening your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades, breathe. Hands back onto your hips, straightening your spine, stay with your toes curled under, sitting down on your heels, hands in front of your chest, breathe. All inclusive. Inhaling back onto your knees, and you stay with your toes curled under, or you're flattening your toes, hands reaching around, lifting your heart, opening your chest. Maybe you can bring your hands on the soles of your feet, making sure you do not hurt your lower back. You want to pushing your pubic bone forward. You're rolling back your shoulders. Breathe. Stay with your hands on your lower back. All good. And you can stay with your toes curled under. This gives you more support for your lower back. Inhaling, coming back. Hands on your sacrum, sitting back down on your heels. And you want to come one more time in your mudra. Right hand in front of your left, pinky finger, middle finger, index finger, hooking, ring finger and thumb want to meet, bring it in front of your heart. All inclusive, fierce, full heart. Strong belly. You are here to be shaped and formed by experience, by challenges. You are strong. Breath. Breath. Inhaling, coming back, releasing your toes, releasing your arms, sitting on one side, swing your legs in front, push with your hands, your flesh towards the side, Paschimottanasana, inhaling, lengthening, folding forward. Please remember, bending your knees when you need. Belly meets your thighs, folding forward. Specifically, when you have lower back issues, please stay bent in your knees, that you're lengthening your lower back. Breath. Inhaling, gazing forward, exhale, come into your sitting, shuffling forward from your seat. I would like to take the shoulder stand today for an inversion. If you don't want to take shoulder stand, please remember you always can put a block, a height, a cushion. When you don't have a block handy, you can make a fist with your hands. You're lifting your seat and you plant your fist under your hips, under your bony part. This is inversion. Your hips are higher than your heart. Maybe you need to bend your knees, your hamstrings are tight. You can stay here, or you come into your shoulder stand. First, you're laying back on your back, long shoulders. First, you take a movement, shoulders back and down, that your shoulder blades rooting down. When you come into your shoulder stand, you do not want to look to your left or not to your right. So maybe you just want to observe for a moment and then you do it by yourself when you're unsure. Knees towards your chest, arms next to your body, helping with a hopping up to bring your knees on your forehead. And here you want to walking your shoulders back. One more time. Hands on your hips, lengthening your legs. You do not look towards the screen nor to your neighbor when you are in your shoulder stand. Trust you're doing it right. Trust it's all okay. You're softening in your breath, pushing your pubic bone a tiny bit closer towards your nose. And then from here, you can start playing with your legs, scissoring your legs. When you have your block under your hips, you can scissor your legs as well. Creating a bit more awareness, a bit more strength in your belly. Maybe you want to bring your soles of your feet together, letting your knees floating towards the side, your heels coming down towards your center. Inhaling your legs, one lengthening, and with your legs nice and long, you're folding in your hips. Halasana, your toes over your head. Breathe, stay, breathe. Only when your toes meeting the floor, you're releasing your hands. Breathe. Lengthening your legs and you're releasing your spine vertebra for vertebra with your legs nice and long. You're rolling back onto your spine vertebra for vertebra. When your sacrum meeting the floor, you're hugging your knees towards your chest. Stay down with your shoulders. Breathe, pressing your lower back into the floor. Happy baby pose, your knees floating towards your armpits and your feet lifting over your knees. Grabbing with your hands, you want to grab the outside, but your knees stay up. This is it, this is it, this is it, breathe. Okay, when I'm pressing, if you need grabbing your ankles, then you have a bit more and you can release your shoulders. Breath. Breath. Inhaling, releasing your feet and planting your feet onto the floor, stepping them together next to your seat, your knees floating towards the outside. Again, when you don't have blocks and it pulls in your ligaments, you can making a fist with your hands and bring your fist behind, under your thighs, where your hips starting, to help yourself to release tension, pressing your sacrum into the floor, releasing your mula bandha, pelvis floor. Shoulders releasing, chest releasing, eyes turning inward. If this is a super comfy pose, you can hang out here in your Shavasana, or you're releasing your legs, lengthening your legs, and come in your Shavasana. Maybe you need to take a little adjustments, wrapping up a jumper, some socks. Please feel free to do so, or grabbing your blanket. Take your Shavasana, so make yourself comfortable. You want to stay in resting, in integrating, releasing. Wet your lips with your tongue, swallow. Soft in your shoulders, in your fingers, in your face, your tongue, chest releasing tension. Bring it all inclusive. Your thighs softening, your knees, calf muscles
Ankles and toes. Connect with your inner senses, with your strength, with your softness, with your weakness, with your light and your darkness. With your brightness and your dullness. The most what we are longing for is us. Stay connected to self. The most difficult in life and the most wanted in life. Deeply nourished by self. Deeply connected by self. And a gentle reminder by Rumi, the guest house. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. And slowly and gently reconnecting to your breath. Reconnect to your sensations, letting your breath growing fuller and stronger. Feeling these inner movements, and maybe it travels towards your toes, towards your fingers. Moves into a stretching, into a touching, or there is a movement missing you're longing for. When you feel ready, you can folding in your knees towards your chest and flow to your right side. Your left hand in front of your chest, press yourself up, find a comfortable seat. Use any posture you feel comfortable with to plant your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest with your eyes closed. Remembering one more time your intention. What are you pushing away? Letting it include, heart all inclusive, belly strong. And to finish and seal your practice with a deep, long sounding Om. Thank you very much for practicing yoga with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.